Hi everyone, this is Fabi here, and in today's video we are going to review the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now this year I did something unusual. I upgraded from the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which was last year's flagship from Apple, and obviously that phone is still perfect. It has superb battery life, and actually in today's video my aim is going to be to tell you how this compares to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, especially when it comes to battery life, because I know a lot of you guys care about that. The sponsor for today's video is Andar, producing high quality leather wallets, cases for all popular phones, laptops, and AirPods, and even Apple Watch bands. There's many case manufacturers out there, but what sets these guys apart from the rest is the quality of the materials they use, the different types of leather, for example this vintage leather card holder which has an awesome look and feel, especially after it ages a little bit, and the texture of the leather is just impeccable. Check them out. While you're at it, if you're still using a bulky wallet, take a look at the Scout card holder. Your pockets will thank you. Alright, so I've already talked about the iPhone 12 mini in a separate video, which is a great little device, but if you value battery life like I do, upgrading to something like the 12 mini is not the natural and obvious choice. So having great battery life is really important to me, and it's not because I need it every day, but it's because I hate having to charge midday when I have a really long and busy day. So how is battery life compared to the iPhone 11 Pro Max? Well, after using this for about a month now, I'm pleased to say that there's basically no difference between the two. And that's a good thing. The iPhone 11 Pro Max had really stellar battery life. This means that if I'm on Wi-Fi most of the day, I can push 10 hours of screen on time without an issue, and if I'm on LTE most of the day, I'd get about 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which again is about the same that I would get with my iPhone 11 Pro Max. I can also say this about the battery life. I haven't ended a day so far with less than 40% left in my battery, which is absolutely stellar because it means I have enough battery left in the afternoon for whatever comes up and I need to take care of. I didn't expect the design to make a huge difference, but boy, this ended up being the thing that I like the most about the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Something about the flat stainless steel sides makes this phone feel like a jewel and be surprisingly comfortable to hold in a hand, which is something I didn't expect. Something else I like about the phone is that the front glass is extremely durable. Now I won't test this myself, but from the tests that I've seen, the ceramic shield on the front glass means that your phone is going to get scratched, it's going to get scuffed, maybe it will even stop displaying things because the internals got messed up before your screen is actually going to crack. And that is remarkable. Also, something else to consider is how scratch resistant a phone is. With glass, the more durable you make it, the less scratch resistant it will be, but I'm happy to report that after about a month of usage keeping it in my pocket, without a screen protector and without a case, I don't have any micro scratches. The stainless steel sides are a lot more scratch resistant than the aluminum used on the iPhone 12 and the 12 mini, and the back with its frosted glass will serve as a sandpaper for other objects that come into contact with it, thus leaving your phone scratchless. Next up, the cameras. You might have already seen my iPhone 12 mini versus 11 camera comparison, but of course with the Pro Max we get an additional telephoto camera, but the main camera is also supposed to be much better, having an almost 50% larger sensor and sensor shift stabilization, which DSLR uses instead of optical image stabilization. Okay, so the nice thing about the telephoto is that this year it's a 2.5x magnification lens. Not a huge difference, but this also means that you can get up to 12x digital zoom. Personally, I use this camera a lot because of my network monitoring hobby, taking zoomed shots of cell towers, and every little bit of extra magnification helps. Keep in mind, this camera is ever so slightly worse than that of the 12 Pro in the dark, and there's no night mode for the telephoto, so in the dark the wide camera will be used and digitally zoomed in. A worthy trade-off for the extra magnification, if you ask me. We've talked about the cameras, but this year with the Pro lineup we also get a LIDAR scanner. This creates a depth map which allows the camera to be much better at focusing, especially at night. It allows for much better autofocus, and it also allows the Pro models to take night mode portraits. Something a bit more exciting though is the way LiDAR enhances AR apps. Until now, placing objects in AR apps looked really fake, especially when moving around because it was hard to track the environment through cameras only. This isn't the case anymore though. As you can see in this IKEA AR app, it looks really convincing. Now, I suspect not many of you will be excited by the addition of 5G. 4G LTE is already fast enough for most of the tasks we do on a day-to-day basis, and jumping to 5G shouldn't make that much of a difference in day-to-day tasks. As time goes by, resources will be dedicated to 5G, and so 5G will get faster, but for now this is not that relevant for us. What you should be excited about though is the fact that this year Apple has used a top-of-the-line Qualcomm radio chip on all of their iPhones, which means that you will get faster speeds even with 4G LTE, and especially at the edge of the cell coverage. This is good news even if you don't plan on using 5G at all. Alright, I think I talked about all of the things that I found to be important about the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and just things that will stand out for people upgrading from the last two generations of iPhones. Of course, there's other things like the A14 Bionic chip being faster than ever, but this is something we all expected, especially since the switch to 64-bit, which was with the iPhone 5S. The chips in Apple phones have been stellar. And now, with the M1 inside the Max, it's even more obvious that the chips that Apple produces are really top of the line. So performance really isn't a concern. This phone is blazing fast and it will be like that for many years to come. Then there's Dolby Vision, which is great for video recording, but you need compatible hardware. There's MagSafe, and overall this phone is really a great package. A phone that is hard not to recommend, especially for someone coming from the iPhone X, for example. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you found this review useful, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. There will of course also be a link in the description to the sponsor of this video, Andar, and you will also be able to buy the iPhone 12 Pro Max through a link from Amazon. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Stay tuned.